Planet Dolan.
From questions about dirt to whether all living things dream, we answer some of your most burning questions about life. My name is Nixium, and I'm here to tell you nothing but the truth. Yeah. Oh, and with me is everyone's favorite feathered fact checker, Melissa.
Hey there, Nixium.
Moocluck, what are you doing here?
What? Can a guy drop in to see how his favorite pointy-eared zombie is doing?
Fine. Just stand right there and, don't cramp my style.
Sudden Repeat asks, did the Greek gods really exist?
Well, of course they did. I take it that you've heard of the 12 Olympians. Well, did you know that there used to be 13 gods of Olympus? That's right. A long time ago, I was the chief deity of the Pantheon. And let me just say, I looked amazing in a toga. But, you know, because I am a modest kind of guy, I stepped aside, I stepped down, because I didn't want to steal any of Zeus's thunder, if you catch my drift.
There is no evidence to suggest that the Greek gods existed.
Moocluck!
Scholars believe that the Greek gods were created by man in order to explain and explore the world around them.
They're already ruining everything!
Aristocrats would use them to provide legitimacy to their rule, and others would use them to provide entertainment for the masses. The ancient Greeks did not have a single scripture of faith, like the Bible, nor did they believe in the concept of absolute truth, like more modern religions. You know, that was fun. Let's answer another question, shall we, Nixium? Austin Renk asks, where does the iron in our blood come from?
In a time long forgotten, humans were forged out of iron by the great makers. But over the eons, their form degraded into what you see today. The iron in your blood is all that's left over of that glorious past. And now humans are all weak and pathetic losers, like Moocluck.
About 70% of the iron in the human body is found in red blood cells called hemoglobin, and the muscle cells called myoglobin. 25% of the iron in the human body is also stored as ferritin. You'll get it from foods like lamb, pork, fish, and green vegetables.
Well, vegetables? I'm not eating those. Do I look like a wimp?
You're undead. How do you even process food anyway?
I don't. I just throw it all back up shortly after eating. In fact, give me 1 second.
GB asks, do all living things dream?
Sure, and even dead things like me can dream. Every night when I slumber, I'm always visited by this mysterious hooded woman. She looms over me, silent as the grave. What do you want, silent specter? Answer me!
Hey there, hot stuff. You dreaming about little old me?
It was just a bad dream. Thank goodness. Ooh.
All land mammals, some birds, and even certain lizards are able to enter a state of slumber known as REM sleep. But fish and insects do not experience REM sleep. This suggests that REM sleep is a trait that has evolved through the common ancestors of amniotes. Queen of Fire and TNT asks, how many black holes are there in the universe?
I don't know, oh man, hold on. Oh, I remember. There's 247.
What?
Yeah, every time I want to travel from one side of the universe to the other, I use my big, strong, godly arms to fold the universe in half. Then I will tear a hole through the fabric of space and step through. It is amazing for avoiding traffic.
What you just said is utter nonsense. It's not possible.
Yeah, maybe not for you with your little noodle arms, but for me it's so easy. I've done it hundreds of times.
There are so many black holes in the universe that it is impossible to count them. Stellar mass black holes form when a large star dies in a supernova explosion. And our galaxy contains about 100 million stellar mass black holes. Dan Gaming asks, how many bees are in one hive?
You know, this question reminds me of the time I saved a village from a swarm of demonic man-eating bees. Each one of them was the size of a bear, with stingers that looked like swords, and they wore little top hats, and they had evil mustaches, yeah! Peasants, man. They were so grateful that they renamed the village after me.
That's not what happened. I remember a beekeeper that needed our help with some thieves who were stealing his honey, but we just mugged him and left him for dead.
There goes Moocluck again with his crazy tall tales. Shut the hell up, Moocluck.
During summer, there can be up to 35,000 honeybees within a beehive. That number drops considerably to around 5,000 during the winter, because some bees will eject the male drones from the hive as cold approaches, and food for the colony becomes limited. Awesome Kitty asks, what would happen if you couldn't blink for 7 hours?
Myself being a fine example of a superior elf, I have never blinked, not once. This has granted me vision beyond that of mere mortals, and those who look into my eyes experience something I can only describe as magical. Moocluck, gaze into my eyes and tell me, what do you see?
Oh my god! Not blinking for a substantial amount of time will cause your eyes to dry, which will lead to scarring and possible loss of sight. Your body will attempt to force your eyes closed and leak tears onto your eyes in an effort to keep them lubricated. Dangerous Dragon asks, what is dirt made up of?
In ancient primordial times, when the world was young, I, Nixium, battled a titan of stone. Great was his size, mighty were his blows, but I toppled my gargantuan adversary, and I ground him into dirt and dust. You have earned your rest, my honorable foe.
Dirt is a mixture of rocks, sand, clay, and organic matter. Depending on the climate and the location, dirt can have several characteristics. In drier areas, dirt can become saltier, whereas in wet climates, dirt can develop into bogs.
Boring. I wish Melissa was here. She would have answered that a lot better.
Oh, who's Melissa?
No one.
Oh, Nixium. And here I thought your heart was as rotten as your brain.
It's not like that, Moocluck. She just doesn't read out the answers like an idiot.
Norinatsu asks, are there any long-term effects to cannibalism?
Nope. Go right ahead.
Cannibalism has rarely been known to cause illness. However, there was an outbreak of a rare malady known as kuru, or shaking death, in which the disease would work its way into the victim's brain, and symptoms would include a loss of coordination, rictus, trembling, and paralysis.
Oh, it's so delicious. What? It's just turkey. Oh god, wait.
Batista Bomber 21 asks, is our moon moving away from us?
Better not be. That rock owes me money. Hey, where do you think you're going, huh? Don't you try and sneak away from me, you shifty little space rock.
Yes, the moon's orbit is getting larger, at a rate of roughly 3.8 centimeters per year, and this is causing the Earth's rotation to slow. In roughly 100 years, a day on Earth will be 2 milliseconds longer than it is now. Nixium, look! A demon!
Oh my goodness, Moocluck. You're right. Quick, see if you can cast a binding spell on it.
Good idea. Demon, your will is mine. Obey the call of your new master.
Alright, never mind then.
The Twin Hunters asks, can a person die from a bad smell?
Have you guys ever heard of a cockatrice? A monstrous beast with a breath so foul that even one whiff will kill you. But lucky for me, I don't need to breathe. Any cockatrice foolish enough to cross my path will end up mounted on my wall or on my dinner table.
What a load of rubbish. Do people here actually believe the utter tripe that you spew?
Shut up, Moocluck. I hate you. You ruin everything. Just go back to your dimension.
There are a number of chemicals which, if you breathe in, will kill you, but a really bad smell won't. However, a particularly foul smell could cause you to regurgitate so violently that you choke on your own vomit. Charming.
Hey everyone! Sorry I'm late. Somebody left a ton of breadcrumbs in the park on the way over here and, well, you know me. Hey! Nixium, is this a friend of yours?
Who's this bird? Wait, is this Melissa? Oh, Nixium. I didn't realize talking bird creatures were your type.
Come here. Melissa, Moocluck was just leaving.
What are you doing, you idiot?
Give me that.
No, don't you dare.
Did I miss something here?
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Okay, well then. Hello, my name's Melissa, and I'm gonna be reading the questions and answers. Oh, the video's over?
Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a cool one!